Valdivia, the unexplored valley of Switzerland, a place full of surprises, a wonderful trip I never expected to happen like this. Immerse yourself into an environment of pristine alpine villages as you may know them from the picture book. Hold your breath and meet two of the cutest villages. I'm presenting you the alluring Saint-Luc and GRIMENTZ. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Demographic. I'm here in southern Switzerland in this beautiful village called GRIMENTZ. If you like anything about traveling and culture, make sure you hit that subscribe button now. And also don't forget to activate the notification bell so you get informed with every new upload. In today's episode, I'm guiding you through this very picturesque town, GRIMENTZ. Let's go and explore this beautiful village together. When you arrive at GRIMENTZ, I suggest you park your car at the bottom of the village. Then you will have to make your way up this steep path. Once arrived up there, you will find yourself in one of the most typical alpine villages of Switzerland. The first thing that you get to see right at the entrance is this creek that passes through the village. What is really nice is how the village showcases the traditional use of energy from flowing water. In the past, it has been mostly used for milling wheat. What is also really good to know, the water from the Alps is that fresh that you actually can drink it without having to worry. Turning to your right, you will enter what I call one of the most beautiful alleys of Switzerland. Wow, this village, it's so amazing. Actually, it's the perfect alternative to Zermatt, I would say, because you have all these old houses with very little tourists. Honestly, I think that's one of my new favorite towns here in Switzerland. What in particular makes this village very beautiful are these wooden alpine houses which are very typical for the canton of Wallis. What is also very iconic for this region are the storage houses. As you may already have noticed, they are standing on pillars. With Swiss we call these pillars mouse plates or Stadellegs. The purpose behind this architecture is to protect the stored wheat from upcoming mice and rats or moisture. As you're walking around, you will notice that the village is actually quite quickly explored. I recommend to spend here about 1 to 1.5 hours. Once you reach the end of this alley, I suggest you don't exactly go the same way back, but instead go into some of the side alleys. It's actually quite interesting. What is also very worth to visit are the bakeries, restaurants and souvenir shops. Especially here you can buy quite some really cool souvenirs, for example these storage houses which I was just talking about, and a lot more. Before you go, another thing that I highly recommend is to take the telepheric up to the Sorbois. Unfortunately myself, I didn't have the time to explore it, but what I heard from my relatives, it's really beautiful. After a beautiful visit to GRIMENTZ in the morning, I suggest you proceed to Saint-Luc to spend the rest of the day over there. I'm here on the balcony of the Chalet Favre in Saint-Luc. It's very beautiful here. Originally I wanted to go to GRIMENTZ, which is on the other side, but I made a mistake in booking, so I booked a hotel here in Saint-Luc. However, actually it is fantastic here. There are not many tourists. The hotel here, Chalet Favre, it's very traditional, it's fantastic. And you have the evening sun, whereas GRIMENTZ is probably much better to visit during the morning. So the mistake eventually became a fantastic surprise. The first thing that you will notice when you're going to explore the village of Saint-Luc is that it's quite a lot more spacious than GRIMENTZ. As you're walking through the streets and the alleys, you will again get to see a lot of these traditional wooden houses. Another thing that you may have realized so far is that this area is traditionally Catholic. And of course, every village has a beautiful church. Compared to GRIMENTZ, I would say the church in Saint-Luc is actually quite a lot more beautiful. What I highly recommend to you when you're standing at this crucifix, take the street to your right and follow it for a few minutes. After a while you will arrive at this place where you will have a stunning view on the Swiss Alps. After enjoying this great view here, I suggest you go back to the hotel to watch the sunset on the balcony. While doing that, you should have your dinner here. The cuisine is authentic local Swiss and the food is very delicious. After it's getting dark, I suggest you move to the inside because it's getting a little bit cold outside. Good morning! We are still in Saint-Luc and I do have to say that is the discovery of this trip. I'm really happy to be here. We have such a fantastic view from this hotel, Chalet Favre. It's a really great place. I highly can recommend you to come here. Later we will go up to the mountain to watch a panorama on the glacier and the 4,000er mountains. Those mountains, they are so high that they are still covered with snow despite it being summer already. So let's go and check it out by taking the train. The ride on the cable car would take about 3 to 5 minutes. Arrived up there, you will be pretty much alone and you can enjoy a beautiful panorama on the Swiss Alps. This is what Switzerland is about. You can go up to any mountain and you will have a really beautiful panoramic view, just as here in Saint-Luc. Well, I would say it's not the most beautiful view you can get in Switzerland, but what is really unique about being here in Saint-Luc is you get this view for all yourself. There are very little tourists here. It's also very cheap to come up here. So I think this is a really fantastic alternative to many busy places. After watching this video, I'm very curious to hear, would you actually consider traveling to this place? Yes or no? Please leave your opinion in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And to those who yet haven't subscribed to my channel, I would very much appreciate if you would hit that button and become part of Team Demographic. The upcoming videos will be again more focusing on Southeast Asia. Stay tuned, next is Padang, Indonesia.